ATV News.
Have you seen this driving through Manaway? A new law would limit how much they get from your tickets.
Play-Doh may seem like just a toy. We'll show you how one school is using it to teach engineering.
This food was on its way to the garbage. If you can wait a day, you could get it for free.
Punxsutawney Phil said we'll have an early spring, but what does this say? I'll tell you in weather.
Some heated up while others froze. We'll explain in sports.
All that and more, this is ATV News.
Welcome to ATV News. I'm Natalie Nix.
And I'm Emily Duke. This morning, Utah State President Stan Albrecht announced his resignation. President Albrecht has been head of USU for 11 years, during which he created the Kane College of the Arts, helped the school join the Mountain West Conference, and supported the university's growth as a whole. He will remain the acting president until a replacement is found.
Logan City uses salt water on roads before storms to keep snow from sticking. But what happens if rain washes the brine away before the rain turns to snow and before the city can catch up? You're looking at it, and if you were on the roads over the weekend, you may have been stuck in the snow, like these guys. Logan City recorded 13 inches of snow between Friday night and Sunday morning. It fell on the roads the rain rinsed clean. So, did the lack of brine really make a difference?
Oh yeah, drivers noticed it a lot. We received quite a few phone calls because they felt like we had not even come out to address the snow situation. And so it makes it a lot more difficult to remove the snow.
That's because when fresh powder gets driven on, it turns to ice. Regular snow plows don't have the ability to clear the roads of all the ice. Homeri says they're working on it and asks for your patience.
Yeah, drivers know.
Manaway is known for being one of the Utah's worst speed traps. Utah Senator Lyle Hilliard is sponsoring a bill that could change that. When you drive through Manaway, it's not uncommon to see someone pulled over. House Bill 100 would limit how much money a city gets from those tickets. Cities that get more than 25% of their revenue from traffic fines would have to give 75% of that money to the state. The bill passed unanimously on Monday in the Senate Transportation and Public Utilities Committee.
On Friday, the Utah State Center for Civic Engagement and Service Learning, or CCESL, was awarded 2 grants by the Clean Air Partnership. The money went to the Utah Sustainability Office and the Utah Conservation Corps, but both will use the grants for electric vehicles. One will transport compostable waste to the Stoughton Organic Farm and the industrial composter. The other will be a Chevy Volt. The UCC will install solar panels on the roof and use it to charge both vehicles, but the CCESL says you don't need grants to go green.
Not everybody needs to have a Chevy Volt. Not everybody needs to have a Prius. If you take your vehicle through an emissions test, that's great.
The grants for CCESL totaled in $29,000 and are part of the Utah Clean Air Partnership Emissions Reduction Program.
Woodruff Elementary is one of 2 STEM programs in Cache Valley. STEM programs focus their curriculum on science, technology, engineering, and math. Our Natalie Humphreys gives us more. Natalie?
Thanks, Emily. Toys like this are being used by Woodruff Elementary to teach their kids concepts like math. But that doesn't just stay in the classroom. They also have held events like STEM Night to get their community more involved.
Play-Doh lights and sound are used to teach kids with materials they're familiar with how electricity flows. USU's Computer Science Department hosts a booth during the STEM Night, along with other organizations and businesses.
We try to incorporate the whole community, and so that's what STEM Work at Night is about. It's bringing the community to show the Woodruff children all the things that STEM can do and how STEM touches our lives.
Yep, just like that.
Woodruff Elementary is trying to get away from teaching from fiction books like this and instead bring in more hands-on activities into the classroom.
So you kind of face that towards what you want.
Teachers follow a Common Core. They also do hands-on and examples so kids can see what they're doing and how it applies.
I think this is a very valuable experience because at a young age, it's something that it becomes a bicycle wheel, but now it's something that turns spaceships. And I think it's really useful because it takes something so simple and makes it something so much more. They can get so much more excited about simple things.
What we really want to prepare them for is that they can get to any avenue of life that they want to be involved in. If they want to, go to Bridgerland and learn something scientific or like diesel mechanics, or if they want to go to USU, we just want to prepare them to have whatever decision they want to make.
There aren't any certified STEM schools in Utah, but there are 41 programs. Woodruff Elementary hopes to get a designation from the state in order to continue to build their program. Back to you, Emily.
Thanks, Natalie.
Coming up, we'll show you how a high school student won a scholarship by receiving likes on Instagram.
And see how 3 entrepreneurs have made it their mission to liven up Logan's social scene.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt.
And to follow the swimming rules.
You're always looking out for me and trying to keep me safe.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer? Here in the garage.
Closet. Shoebox. Under the bed. Where anyone can get to it. How safe is that?
How safe is that?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. If you own a firearm and are not using it, please be responsible and be sure that it's stored in a safe place. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org.
When it comes to first world problems, wasting food is at the top of the list. Brock Damjanovic found out how dining services is saving its daily leftovers for you.
It's Friday night and good food is going in the trash. But most other weeknights, dining services saves it from a premature end.
We do not sell food 2 days in a row. So that becomes a problem for the food at the end of the day. And instead of just throwing it out, as we've done in the past, the Snack Closet has contacted dining services.
The snack in Snack Closet stands for Student Nutrition Access Center. It started out as free food for needy students, but its shelves are now open for any student.
All of dining services participates and gives all of their end of the day food to Snack. Snack picks it up first thing in the morning. We'll save it overnight.
The Snack Closet is on the 3rd floor of the Taggart Student Center. All you need is a student ID.
So when I found out about Snack, I was really excited because that is something that, I think most college students struggle with, is getting groceries and just keeping fed. So yeah, I was really excited about it. So I go every week now.
Dining Services hopes that we can change how people look at food, and maybe now we can start just throwing away real garbage.
It's a wonderful opportunity for the leftover food to be utilized in such a way where students can have access to that versus dumpster diving.
The Artist Block alone says they save around $100 from going in the trash every day. Brock Damjanovic, ATV News.
The Snack Closet is open 3 to 5, Tuesdays through Thursdays.
At the beginning of the new year, many people make a goal to eat healthier, but it isn't always easy when you spend most of your time on campus. A lot of Utah State students eat on campus, and many are trying to make healthier choices. USU Dining Services provides students with a variety of food options at their 9 different places to eat on campus. ChooseMyPlate.gov says that most people should fill their plate 1/2 with fruits and vegetables, 1/4 with grains, and 1/4 with proteins. The dining service director said the most important thing to remember is to eat everything in moderation.
If people all they ate is hamburgers every day, it would be a horrible diet, obviously, and it'd be boring. But by the same token, if all they ate was fruits and vegetables every day, all day long, same thing would happen.
Students can contact Dining Services on their website at diningservices.usu.edu using the Talk to the Director link with any input about things they'd like to see at USU dining locations.
Scholarship applications usually require a couple thousand-word essay, but now there's one that makes you come up with a couple thousand Instagram likes. The Keys to Success program loaned a brand new Fiat to their student representatives who took a creative picture with the car. The photos were then posted on the scholarship program's Instagram account for 48 hours, and the picture with the most likes won. Katie Brindley still can't believe it was her.
I still don't know how we pulled it out or how we won. It was so close and it was so intense, but when I won, it was just like, I can't believe that just happened. It was insane.
Keys to Success is giving away another scholarship to one of their Instagram followers at the end of the school year.
Sitting 8 hours a day is the norm. AVTV's Amy Reed shows you some people who are standing up to new advice.
Standing desks are a normal part of Ryan Humphrey's day, but they haven't always been.
When I first started, we were all just sitting down and I don't know, my coworker came in and he's like, you guys got to get standing desks.
Some companies, including Icon Health and Fitness, where Humphreys works, has given employees the option of being able to stand when they work after research suggested that sitting all day was harmful.
Sitting can be very stressful on your back, especially prolonged sitting. I think that humans were made to move, and we weren't made to sit all day.
But more modern research says something a little different. Studies from the 1960s show that standing put 28% less pressure on your back than sitting. But newer studies from 1999 showed that standing actually put 8% more pressure on your back than sitting.
If scientists say you shouldn't sit, but they also say you shouldn't stand, what should you do?
I think it's important to change the load on different structures in your back by changing positions.
That could mean standing up for a few minutes every 20 or 30 minutes, or just changing the way you're sitting.
More of a side position, either side and forward.
The key is to switch it up, which is exactly what Humphrey's desk allows him to do.
Having a standing desk is far better than just sitting down all day.
Amy Reed, ATV News.
Utah State hosts two large dance parties every year, the Howl and Mardi Gras. While these events entice thousands of people to come, our Tori Green got out to the dance floor to show you why 3 entrepreneurship students believe partygoers are thirsty for more.
Loud music and dancing, this is USU Gatsby.
This is basically just another thing we try to put together for people to have fun.
We saw that Utah State was doing so many great things, with the Howl and Mardi Gras, and we said, hey, those are 2 events a year. We wanted to do something where we could get all the students together, more frequently.
Organizers say the event isn't just about getting customers, but about happy customers.
I love the people that come into our events with smiles on their face. I know that is what I am looking for. I'm looking for the opportunity to make sure that people are happy with what we give them.
But a lot of work goes into these events.
We spend hundreds of hours on these events, and I think it's a true testament of entrepreneurship, exactly what we're doing.
This isn't a Salt Lake, it's not a Las Vegas, but I think it's great to see people come and see a good event.
Although this event wasn't done for charity, they still managed to fill this place with 2,500 people.
I love the fact that it's able to bring everybody together.
And come out, enjoy each other's company.
Their past events were for charities. Now they reinvest their proceeds.
This is a great start for us to press on with events and other activities that we're able to do concerts and do other things that are on a bigger scale, more than 3,000 people.
But Dane also says working hard now will be a reward later in life.
I work hard to have freedom in the future, not to make money right now.
But now,
we're a team where we're looking to press forward for the future and for the years to come.
Tori Green, ATV News.
When we come back, ATV's Sarah Winder will have our Cache Valley weather report.
The current temperature is 28 degrees.
Can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now. Can you feel the sun?
Welcome back.
So Sarah, yesterday Puxatawny Phil told us that we were going to be getting an early spring. Is that true?
Well, I don't want to argue with Phil, but I think my forecast is actually looking a little bit different. The National Weather Service made an announcement that there's a hazardous weather outlook for the week here in Cache Valley. So this means that when it starts to snow, our roads could get dangerous and icy just like they were this past weekend. But let's actually take a look over here at our national radar. So we can see that on the East Coast, it's really getting slammed with snow, and that's actually pushing out into the Midwest and into these states. On the West Coast, you can see that there is this pocket of precipitation up in Oregon and Washington, and that actually will be affecting Utah as well. So if we take a look at our state radar, we can see that here in Logan, we're getting some slight patches of precipitation, but it doesn't show like there's too much happening, but that's doesn't necessarily mean that we aren't getting anything this week. Necessarily this entire snowstorm has actually impacted Utah a lot. Our entire state is seeing about 95% snow coverage. In Logan, we're seeing that there's 12 to 25 inches of snowpack around here. So let's take a look at our state radar, or 7-day forecast, excuse me. If we look at today, we can see that there's a 60% chance of precipitation tonight. So that'll start snowing, and then that will continue tomorrow when that will be 70%, and then in the evening it will slightly lower to 40%, but we'll see snow pretty much all of tomorrow. Friday will warm up just a little bit and will also become a little less snowy. Saturday, we're going to see a lot of snow again. It's 20%, but we're expected to see quite a bit throughout the day. Then we see Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday are a lot more sunny, and there's just cloud coverage, but no snow, excuse me. But that's kind of a reward if you want to travel. You don't have to worry about it. So I hear there's other rewards happening, though, in Aggie Athletics. Is that true, Taylor?
That's right, Sarah. If you're an Aggie Athletics fan and go to the games, you could win free Aggie gear through the Herds Rewards program. Starting this year, students are being rewarded with points for showing up to athletic events and being part of the herd. When you go to a men's basketball game or football game, you can get points. The most women's events earn you 25 points. The students with the most points at the end of basketball season will win a trip to the Mountain West basketball tournament in Las Vegas.
We definitely want the student body to redeem these prizes. I didn't buy them to keep them. I want all of them gone, and I want the herd brand and the image to be a lot bigger on campus.
You can redeem your points for herd merchandise at herdrewards.usu.edu and pick up your prizes at the Taggart Student Center. Coming up, it wasn't just 1 or 2, but 3 wins for Aggie tennis. And in Saturday's basketball game, the Aggies learned they have to roll with the punches.
Students in biological engineering at Utah State University have the unique chance through the Synthetic Biomanufacturing Institute to engineer uses for spider silk. Projects developed in the lab include medical coatings, strong adhesives, and elastic woven fibers. These Aggies from Utah State are influencing and changing the face of biological engineering. Join them and leave your mark as well.
A group of engineering students at Utah State has designed and programmed an innovative remote-controlled submarine. USUB is fully student-run. They designed and built the parts from the ground up and are always working to improve the submarine software and capabilities. These students show that computer science is more than just typing on keyboards. Dive right into engineering with USUB.
Welcome back. The Aggies gymnastics team was in the Spectrum after losing to Southern Utah by .375 the week before, and they were back for redemption against the Thunderbirds. On vaults, Mackenzie Martinez had the highest score of 9.775. Let's go, Charlie! Charlie Belliston had a near perfect score of 9.9 on bars and had the highest score of the night. And Haley Sanzotti had a near perfect score of 9.9 as well on beam. Sanzotti also scored the highest on floor routines for the Aggies. Utah State beat Southern Utah by .175, and Coach Natalie Walsh was excited the Aggies pulled out the win.
I just wanted the girls to seal the deal, and they did that, and it's a big deal. In gymnastics, you need a big team score, and I'm just really proud of them for pulling that out today.
The team is now 3-1. They will travel to Denver to take on the Pioneers this Saturday. Women's tennis team took on Southern Utah Saturday. The Aggies swept the Thunderbirds in doubles and in singles. They won the match 7-0. They're now 2-1 this season and take on nationally ranked Denver this Sunday at home. The men's tennis team had a doubleheader Sunday against Grand Canyon and Idaho State. The Aggies beat the Grand Canyon Antelopes 7-0. Luis Lopez won the first match against Medi Shazo, and in the second match, Lopez came back after being down 2-4 to win the match against Shazo 6-4. And Romai Ugarte defeated Adrian Legoretta in 2 very close sets of 7-6 and 7-5. The Aggies then took on the Idaho State Bengals. They won 2 of the 3 doubles matches and lost to William and Sebastian Eden 4-6. And in singles, the Aggies swept the Bengals. Winning rallies like these helped Samuel Serrano defeat Bjorn Sheepbauer. And after a slow start, Jaime Barajas topped off Sebastian Eden. And with a killer serve like this, Hasib Khan didn't stand a chance against Romai Ugarte. The Aggies won 7-0. The Aggies are now 4-3. They have another doubleheader this Friday at home against Southern Utah and Montana State. The men's basketball team took on Nevada Saturday night, and their game looked a lot like Rocky. Like Rocky, the Aggies put up a fight against the Wolfpack. With 10 minutes left in the first half, they were up by 6. Apollo Creed was knocked down, but he came back, swinging. Like Creed, the Wolfpack came back and went on a 14-0 run. Nevada led by 14 points at the half. Rocky was able to keep up with Apollo as they battled in the ring, both Rocky and Apollo taking hits. The Aggies came back and tied the game 78-78. With just under 3 minutes left in the game. But in the end, Apollo Creed won the fight, and so did Nevada. The Aggies lost 89-84. Going into the rest of the season, the Aggies know something has to change if they want to break their losing streak.
We have to find a way, we don't know how yet, but come together as a team, find a way to just win games. We're always in there, we got to go over the hump. Not just tying it and being okay with it.
The Aggies lost a close game to Boise State last night, 67-70. They traveled to Laramie this weekend, hoping to break their 4-game losing streak against the Cowboys.
Well, hopefully they'll be able to figure out how to finish a game and really come out on top. So we're hoping for a win for the Aggies.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, we really are. Oh. Coming up, we'll show you where a short sleigh ride is the only thing standing between you and a herd of elk.
And another item has been added to McDonald's all-day breakfast menu. We'll tell you where you have to go to get it.
Sorry, I've got big ideas.
As a college student, you have big ideas to make a big difference on campus. Why not get funding for those ideas in a big way? The Blue Goes Green Grant provides funding for student sustainability projects. These projects help USU students be more environmentally responsible, live healthier, and save money. To find out more, go to usu.edu/BGG. Get funding for your Blue Goes Green idea in a big way. Blue goes green. Make a difference.
Aggie Air is an innovative engineering program exclusive to Utah State. It provides opportunities for students to get hands-on and real-world experiences. By building model planes that photograph and scan detailed images of landscapes, Aggie Air can change the way we use the Earth's surface. Watch as Aggie Air takes flight.
One of the largest massacres of Native Americans in the history of the U.S. happened just 30 miles north of Utah. Students, staff, and locals gathered in the TSC to hear about the Bear River Massacre of 1863. About 450 Shoshone were killed in the attack, but organizers say the massacre is rarely talked about.
People who are coming to this event now are learning about it. We're giving an opportunity for dialogue to finally start occurring. For so long, this massacre has just been swept under the rug.
Do you have elk in your backyard? Your answer is probably no. Our Jeffrey Dada takes you on a sleigh ride to show you how one program keeps the wild animals away from you while allowing you to go to them.
I've been coming up here every year for the last 40 years. Started out when I was a kid with my parents, and it's just kind of an annual thing.
Keela and many others are here to see elk, hundreds of them. The elk spend their winters here at Hardware Ranch.
I love the elk. I enjoy them. It's just a great thing here.
I think my favorite part is being up here with the horses and having the little kids come and be so excited to see the horses and see the elk. They're so enthusiastic. It's just a lot of fun to share it with them.
While these elk graze, people ride out to see them up close and learn about them.
The size of their antlers will be due to the nutrition, age, and genetics.
The Division of Wildlife Resources started this in 1945 to keep these elk here and not in farmland or the valley.
Still that 2-year-old age.
Hardware Ranch staff grow out hay all summer to leave for the elk to have a safe place to graze in the winter.
We grow all the hay that we feed the elk ourselves, and so we're able to self-sustain on the feeding aspect of the program.
The DWR also takes the opportunity to monitor the elk.
That's part of the wildlife studies that the wildlife biologists will do, and that helps them keep track of the elk. We do a big colored tag on the bull calves so we know their ages really simply when they come to see us next year. And then the silver tags get put on the females, and that has the contact information for the Division of Wildlife Resources.
While some years see more elk than others, the sleigh ride usually brings in a good crowd.
Like last year, we didn't have much of a winter or snow, and the elk headed out early. You know, there were some elk, but not this number. But it was still fun, you know. Every year's different.
Jeffrey Dada, ATV News.
The rides are $5 and go to the Department of Wildlife Resources.
Students in the Masters of Human Resources program at Utah State are investing a lot of money in their degree, but it may be worth it.
If you look right here.
Although the program might not be well known around campus, it is starting to get attention from businesses around the country. The MHR program has a 95% job placement within 3 months of graduation, and graduates have gone on to work for companies like Ford, Pepsi, BP, and JetBlue.
This program has a high return on investment. We compete with the top HR programs in the country at a really low cost here at USU. And it's really a hidden gem as far as graduate HR programs go.
You can now order hot cakes, hash browns, and hot McMuffins 24/7 at McDonald's, but you can't order the McGriddle yet, unless you live in Oklahoma.
Order when you're ready.
The franchise put it on the all-day breakfast menu this week after customers complained they couldn't get it after 10:30. McDonald's will test out the all-day McGriddle for a few months in just Oklahoma. Then they'll decide if it'll become permanent. Regardless of that decision, all-day breakfast has been good for McDonald's in Cache Valley.
All-day breakfast was one of our customers' #1 request for McDonald's, and so it's exciting that we were able to actually meet that request. It's very popular, and we get a lot of feedback from our customers.
Thank you for joining us on this edition of ATV News.
You can find our latest shows on our Facebook page. Have a great day, Aggies.